It's great to have the opportunity to share with you this morning. I'm Jackie, I'm Pastor David's wife, and he's let me speak today. And we're looking through the book of John at the moment, and we got to chapter 4. I'm delighted that this is my opportunity to share, because this is one of my favourite accounts of an encounter a woman had with Jesus. And we're going to start reading at verse 5. So he came to a town in Samaria called Sychar, near the plot of ground Jacob had given to his sons, Joseph. Jacob's well was there, and Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well. It was about noon, when a Samaritan woman came to draw water. Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. And the Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? The Jews do not associate with Samaritans." Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." "Sir," the woman said, "you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us this well and drank from it himself, as did his sons and livestock?" Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks of the water that I give him will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." And the woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water, so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming and draw water." He told her, "Go, call your husband and come back." "I have no husband," she replied. And Jesus said to her, "You are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband. What you have said is quite true." "Sir," the woman said, "I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place where we must worship is in Jerusalem." "Woman," Jesus replied, "believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. Yet a time is coming and has come when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshippers that the Father seeks. God is spirit, and his worshippers must worship in spirit and in truth." The woman said, "I know the Messiah, called Christ, is coming. When he comes, he will explain everything to us." Then Jesus declared, "I, the one speaking to you, I am he." And we're just going to look at verse 39 as well. Many of the Samaritans from that town believed in him because of that woman's testimony. "He told me everything I ever did." What an incredible story. To be honest, that woman was the last person that Jesus should have been talking to, and he certainly shouldn't have asked her for a drink. She was a woman, she was a Samaritan, and she was immoral. So many laws broken in just one conversation. But thankfully for all of us, Jesus did a lot of things that people thought he shouldn't do. And he didn't do everything that people thought he should. He broke rules, man-made rules, but he obeyed his Father's direction and leading. As a result, a woman's encounter with Jesus changed her life and that of her town. I expect people knew this woman. She was a woman of reputation, 5 husbands and counting. But Jesus talked to her, and what a conversation. Not just a polite, "Hello, how are you" kind of conversation, but a deep discussion about things that normal, polite people avoid talking about. Religion, politics, morality. Why? Because Jesus cared about this woman and what she thought. He valued her and he wanted to give her time. I wonder how many people had actually talked to her and listened to her before. I wonder how many people had asked her for something and had not avoided her. And in this conversation, something incredible happens. Jesus reveals himself as the Messiah. Wow, he valued that woman so much. In verse 39, it tells us that this woman went on and told everyone what had happened to her, about her encounter with Jesus, her testimony. And it tells us that many Samaritans believed in him because of it. Maybe they saw a change in her and felt, if he can change her, he must be who he says he is. Maybe some just had a morbid curiosity. Maybe their itch was scratched and thought, I'll go and listen to that man. As we read later, that people asked him to stay there and believed because they experienced him for themselves. One thing for sure, this woman became passionate about Jesus. This account always challenges me. When did I last share my testimony? When did I last share with someone about my meeting with Jesus? When did I last share with someone what Jesus has done and is doing in my life on a daily basis? When did I share with someone about God's goodness in my life? When did I last share it with passion? You know, testimony is powerful. A changed life speaks volumes. It's very difficult for someone to challenge when they see a change in front of them with their own eyes. Maybe they will not believe immediately because of what you think, but they may become convinced to seek Jesus for themselves because, like that woman, each one of us has a testimony. Maybe this week, stop and jot it down. It's simple. What was I like before I met Jesus? How did I meet Jesus? What has he changed in me? How has he made me feel? Imagine it being said of you that many people in Romsey, Southampton, or wherever you are, believed because of your testimony.